Hi, welcome to Yoga with Antoni for seniors. This is Yoga Strong. Today you will need a chair, because this is chair yoga, a pillow or a yoga block, a small pillow like a couch cushion that's kind of firm. You could even use a rolled up towel. Any of those will work. So let's get started by coming to our chair. And I'm just gonna use the blocks. I'll set that pillow aside, but remember you could just use a block or a rolled up towel. I'm gonna place it on the floor because I'm gonna come to the edge of my seat. That's important in chair yoga, so we're not leaning back. And I'm gonna use my block if my knees are way low. That means I have short legs. And then I'm gonna put them up on the block so that my knees can be in line with my hips. I don't need to do that, so I'm gonna set that aside, but we will still need that block or pillow. So coming to the edge of your chair, I want you to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle till you feel those two little sits bones land right in the middle of each, and you'll start to feel yourself coming into an upright position by centering into the center of each sits bone. And then I want you to imagine you are in a car and you're bringing the back of your head to the headrest, chin straight. Let's rest our hands in our lap, palms up. And just imagine you're lengthening the spine up through the crown towards the ceiling. And we're gonna do some breaths here now, dropping your arms to your side, palms open. You can have eyes open, door closed. On the inhale, start to lift your arms. And I want you to stop where you feel stuck, or you feel like your shoulders are starting to lift. And then on the exhale, flip your palms down, slowly exhaling, slowly releasing hands to your side. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up. Start to feel your heart lift, maybe your chin. Exhale, slowly releasing, either breath through your nose or a tiny little pursed lips. 1 more time. Each time, maybe the arms lift a little higher. Don't force, and don't lift your shoulders. And then exhale through the nose or pursed lips. Back down to your side. Loosen it up, shake it out. All right, let's find that mountain pose again. We're gonna bring our feet under our knees, and we wanna bring our feet straight. I'm gonna back up a little bit, because I want you to see my feet. A lot of times we have the tendency to do this, especially as we age, unfortunately. So just make them parallel right under your knees. You wanna be able to see your toes. And then I want you to lift and spread your toes, okay? Lift and spread your toes. You're gonna feel the arches lift. You don't have to hold this the whole time. And then coming back to those sits bones. The shoulders over hips. Let's open the shoulders, release the arms. Head back in the headrest, and then lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then I want you to take your belly button and just gently pull it back towards your spine. This is mountain pose. All right, let's take a few breaths here. Inhale through the nose. And then we're gonna slowly exhale through the nose or pierced lips, as making it last as long as we can. We're gonna do that 2 more times. You can close your eyes here. One more. All right, and open your eyes. Grab your block or your pillow. It has to be a small pillow, small firm pillow. We're gonna place it between our thighs, as far in as we can go. And we're going to come back into mountain pose, and we're gonna squeeze that block and hold that, keeping upright mountain pose. And then grab the block, release, and butterfly. Let's do that again. Squeeze the block, breathe, don't hold your breath. And release and butterfly. And again, squeeze. Start to pull your navel back towards your spine. Breathe, release, and butterfly. Again, squeeze the block, lift your toes, mountain pose, breathe, keep squeezing the block. And butterfly. 2 more. Squeeze, upright position. butterfly. Last one, take a big breath. Let's do this again. Squeeze that block, upright position, breathe. Keep squeezing and release and butterfly. All right, we're gonna set that block aside. We're now going to come into cat-cow, so bring your hands to your thighs. We're gonna rock to the front of those sits bones, and as you do that, I want you to lift your chest, lift your chin, and as you exhale, you're gonna rock to the back of your sits bones, and I want you to round like a cat, stretching, tucking your chin, and just flow with your breath 5 more times. As you lift your chest, start to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, stretching like a cat. Inhale, this time bring your arms to your sides and squeeze shoulder blades, lift chin. Exhale, stretch it like a cat. And inhale, we're bringing those shoulder blades together, lifting the chin if that doesn't hurt you. And then stretch it like a cat. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze the shoulder blades gently. Exhale, don't overdo it. Just gently bring your shoulder blades together, lift your chest, lift your chin if you're able to, and stretch it like a cat. Let's come back into mountain pose. And now we're gonna stir the pot. We're gonna start to stretch the sides of the back, inhaling and exhaling. We're trying to just move the upper body, neck and all, and then change the direction of your stir. 1 more. And back into the center. Shake it out. Get those knees clicking, snapping, popping. And then we're gonna stand up and we're gonna go into chair pose now. So I'm gonna back my chair up and I'm actually gonna turn sideways so you can see how this looks. We're gonna stand in front of the chair and we're gonna find mountain pose. So bring your feet straight. Lift your toes, soft knees. We want to find that gentle arch in the back, shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. I think I need to move a little bit more. There we go. All right, now we're going to sit down in our chair, okay? So sit back and then stop and then come back up, okay? This time I want us to not go quite as low. So start to sit back, but I want you to lift your arms and your chest and then stand back up. So we're not actually sitting. This is called chair pose. Again, sit back, bring that butt way back, lift your chest and come back up. Let's do 3 more. See if you can add this arm position. Just like we did earlier, lift the arms. This is called cobra. Bring that butt back, back up. And 2 more. Cobra, so see the chest is lifted, the butt is back, weight in your heels, back up. Let's do 1 more. Big breath, weight in your heels, back up, and shake it out. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this camera. It kind of fell a little bit, sorry. I know this isn't exactly super professional, right guys? But I'm here to help you. All right, now we're gonna come to the back of our chair. And we're gonna do a sun salutation. So standing on the back of your chair, bring your feet straight, lift your toes, find mountain pose, soft knees, gentle curve in the back, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. As you inhale, I want you to lift those arms without lifting your shoulders. And then as you exhale, you're gonna bend the knees, stick your butt back, grab the chair, walk back, and then fold. Now if you have high blood pressure, or glaucoma, keep your head above the heart. Otherwise, let your head drop. Take a big breath. And walk it back in. If that's too easy, you can turn so that you're facing the seat of the chair. Again, let's find mountain pose. This is a pose. This is not something we rush through. Feet are straight, toes are lifted, soft knees, gentle arch in the back, ears over shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms without the shoulders. Exhale, bend the knees, stick that booty back, hands to the chair, walk it back. And now I want to bring my hips back, 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 and maybe your head drops as long as you don't have glaucoma or high blood pressure. Big breath. And let's start to walk it back in and come back up. shake it out. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the arms without the shoulders. Exhale, bend the knees, booty back, walk it back, hips back, 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 back. Bend those knees as much as you need to. Big breath. And then we're gonna come back up. We're gonna do a half lift. So I want you to walk your hands to the back of the chair to straighten your back. You see how straight it is? Bend your knees, come all the way up. Come into that cobra pose. Lift the heart, lengthen towards the sky, shoulder blades together, release. All right, now we're going to do some yogi push-ups or plank. It's best to use the seat of the chair, but you feel free to move to a wall or a kitchen counter. You can just simply press against the wall. I'm going to show you how to do it with the back of the chair. So again, we're going to find mountain pose. Every time we do this, we are building muscle memory for good posture. So this is an asana or an exercise. As you inhale, you lift those arms without the shoulders, and then you bend the knees, booty back. Now, we are going to walk our feet back. We're trying to keep our back straight. See, we're not rounding. We never round. We're going to come down to our forearms. I'm going to grab the chair or make a fist with both hands. If you're on the wall, simply bring your hands to the wall or the counter and not your forearms. Now we're going to walk our feet back, shoulders over elbows. The lower you bring your hips, the more challenging. Now lift your ribs, take 3 breaths. 2 more. Keep your butt up as high as you need to, but keep the shoulders over the elbows. 1 more breath. Lifting those ribs. All right, slowly starting to walk it in. Let's do that half lift. We have wide legs. We have bent knees. We're going to come to our hands to that straight back, hands to your thighs, all the way up into that back bend, that cobra lift, and release. All right, now we're going to come to the back of the chair and not the front. And we're going to lift our right heel and walk it back and bring the heel down. So our feet are on railroad tracks. They're not up against each other. And then we're going to take our hips and turn them both forward. Widen your stance if you need to. Bend this knee. It doesn't matter how far it goes. The further, the more challenging. But keep it in line with the middle toes, not the big toe. Then I want to bring my shoulders over my hips. Press into that back heel. That works that glute. You can hold on to the chair, or you can simply lift one arm straight in front of you, or both. And I just want you to go as high as you can without lifting the shoulder, and then kind of bring your gaze to that hand. 3 breaths in Warrior One. This is how it looks with 2 hands. Bring your hands down. Remember, most yoga injuries happen coming out, so we're going to be mindful, stepping it out. Shake it out, big cleansing breath. Let's do the other side. Left foot goes back, heel down. The more you bend the knee, the more challenging, but keep it with the middle toes. Press into the back heel to bring your shoulders over your hips. See that? Square your hips front and center. We press into the heel, we bend the knee, and then we choose if we want to lift any arms, one arm or both. Stop where you feel stuck. Keep the shoulders down. Look at your hand. 3 breaths. We're going to mindfully step out. Ooh, shake it out. All right. We're now going to do Warrior Two, but we want to keep this chair handy. So we're going to turn sideways and bring our feet wide. We're going to turn this left foot towards this first foot of the chair. So it's not straight, it's catty corner. Bend your knee over those middle toes. Okay? Now, we're going to bring the shoulders over the hips again, so we're not leaning forward. And we're going to try to open up to the center. You're going to feel this stretch in this inner thigh, but keep that knee back. Okay? This is important. You can hold on with this left hand, but at least bring the right arm out. And I want you to hug the shoulder and shoulder blade down the back. Feel that. Shrug it. Hold it down. You can look wherever you want for 3 breaths. This is what it looks like with 2. Hug the shoulder blades down. The more you bend the knee, the more challenging. Now bring that left hand to the chair. Bring your right hand into that cobra. So you're kind of lifting the chest and side bend. Don't forward bend, just side bend and take 3 breaths. And again, you can look wherever you want. Keep the front knee bent. Warrior 2, side to side angle warrior. And come back up. And shake it out, big cleansing breath. I'm gonna move my chair. You can just turn around. We're gonna widen the legs. This time the right foot goes to that first leg of the chair. Bend your knee. Keep your knee right over your toes. Start to bring shoulders over hips, so we're not leaning forward. And then open up, but keep that knee back over the middle toes. You're gonna feel the stretch in this inner groin. You can keep holding on, but at least bring the left arm out. Hug the shoulder. First, I want you to shrug it, and then hug the shoulder and shoulder blade down. Look wherever you want, but find something to look at for 3 breaths. Complete breaths. It's part of the yoga practice. Now we're gonna side angle warrior. You're holding onto the chair. You come into that cobra, so there's a little heart lift up, and side bend. If you want to do both hands, it looks like this. Just keep that front knee bent and hugging back towards the middle toes. Look wherever you want. And slowly come back up and release. All right, we're gonna do a wide leg forward fold facing the seat of the chair before we sit back down. So bring your legs wide. I want your feet straight. They're gonna wanna go out, keep them straight. We're gonna hinge at the hips, not the back. We're not gonna round. So bend your knees as much as you need to have that straight back. Then you're gonna bring hands to the seat or forearms. And what you wanna do is bring the weight into the heels. You'll feel that stretch in the back. Lift your belly button. And then try to lift your chest. 3 breaths. As we do this, I want you to use your pelvic floor muscles. So imagine you're stopping the flow of urine. Hold that in. This is called Mula Bandha. 3 breaths. Now bend those knees. Start to walk your way up. Walk it in. And we're going to come to our chair. All right. Let's sit back for a moment. Close your eyes. Take a big cleansing breath. And then move to the edge of your chair to sit up nice and tall. All right. Now we're going to do some balance and strengthening of the hip flexor. So hands can come to your thighs. We're going to lift that left knee as high as you can. Relax the foot and bring it back down. On the inhale, lift the other knee as high as you can, and exhale, bringing it back down. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Exhale, slowly lower, don't plop. Let's continue. Inhale, as high as you can. Exhale. Now see how I started to lean back? Don't lean back. Just lift as high as you can without leaning back. Don't worry about how high. You can bring your hands to your side. Slowly exhale to release. Again, and don't lean back. Working these inner groin, hip flexors. Flow with your breath. And inhale. High as you can. Slowly exhale through the pierced lips or through your nose. Again, the foot is relaxed. We're moving slow motion. Keep your navel pulling to spine. Last set. We're going to hold it for one more extra breath. Whoo, and lower it. And then we're going to inhale to lift the other one as high as we can. Exhale. Another breath. And release. And let's do some windshield wipers. So we're just sliding, turning, and twisting. And then we're going to move to the back of the chair. And I want your butt all the way to the back so you can sit upright, okay? And we're going to take our left toes, point them like a ballerina, and lift and hold that for 3 breaths. You can come into Namaste hands. And release. And let's get the other one. Point your toes, lift as high as you can, as high as you can. You're gonna feel this thigh quad muscle, 3 breaths. And release, scoot to the edge of your chair. This is where that pillow or yoga block comes in handy. We're gonna bring our feet to it to raise them up slightly. We're gonna bring our feet hip distance and sit up tall. Then we're going to come to our toes. We're gonna take our hands and press against our knees, and then I want you to lift your left knee and push it against your hand. So your hand, I said pressing, but your hand is like a wall, and your knee is doing the pressing for 3 breaths. And release both feet down. Now we're going to come to the toes of the right foot, build that wall with your right hand so it is resisting it, and then lift your foot to press your knee into your hand for 3 breaths. We're working your lower core. Let's do that again on the other side. If you just come to your toes, that's fine. That's why I have that pillow there. Or you can lift it, but resist it with your hand. 3 breaths. Feel this lower core pulling in. And then the last one. Build the wall, push against it. And release. Remove that pillow. Let's do those windshield wipers. Twisting, twisting. And then we're gonna come into the center and find mountain pose again. Feet straight, toes lifted, shoulders over hips, arms down, lifting up through the crown, and imagine someone's pulling your ears back. All right, we're gonna come into goal pose, and we're gonna bring, or cobra arms, our shoulder blades together. Okay, that strengthens your back. Lift your chest, maybe lift your chin. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to twist from your waist to your left. So your lower body stays straight. Inhale back in the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the twist. Exhale. One more. And release. Take a breath. Let's get the other side. Shoulder blades hug. This works out your back muscles. Take an inhale, your chest is lifted. Exhale, just from your waist, twist to the right. And inhale. These are these twisting muscles, those obliques, those back muscles. Twist. And inhale, center. Twist. Just go as far as you can with your breath slowly. Even if it's just an inch, just do the inch. And tomorrow, maybe an inch and a quarter. And so on and so forth. 2 more. Always trying to move with your breath, or at the least not holding your breath, shoulder blades hugging, and release. Woo! And if you noticed, my neck and shoulders were just coming along with the ride. All the twist was here in the waist and the back. It wasn't with the neck and shoulders. They were not forcing or going beyond the twist. That's important. All right, now we're going to, let's see, what time is it? You know what, we have about 5 more minutes. Good. We're gonna be able to get another pose in here. I want us to come to our toes and lift our heels, bring your hands to your thighs. We're actually gonna be working the foot muscles, the plantar fascia, and the calves. Okay, let's hold this for 3 breaths now. Feel your calf muscles as you lift those heels. If you're cramping, you're going too intense, as I did, just back it off a little bit. 1 more breath, the breath will help too. And release. Then we're gonna come onto our heels. We're gonna kind of straighten our legs halfway. We're gonna come onto our heels, bring our toes in towards the shin for 3 breaths. back to those toes. Remember how far you went if you cramped, and don't go quite as far. Lift the heels, 3 breaths. Then we're going to straighten the legs somewhat. We're going to come onto the heels. I want you to pull your toes towards your shins for 3 breaths. We're going to do that one more time. On your toes. Did you know that your calf muscles, keep holding it, and your heart muscle are connected? They actually call this your second heart. Strong calves usually equate a strong heart. And then again, semi-straighten the legs. Come on your heels to bring those toes in towards your shin. You feel a stretch now in the calf, but we're also working our ankles and the plantar fascia. And release. Walk your feet back in, and we're just going to gently tap the feet. Now what this does is it actually tricks your body. It makes your heart think you're running, and your heart starts pumping. And so we're gonna do a little jog here for about a minute. It's important that there is the foot contact to the floor as much as you comfortably can without pain. You wanna feel that quote unquote gentle stomping, because that's what tells the heart you're running and it starts to pump. You can start to shake the rest of the body like you're on one of those circulation machines. Keep it loose. We're almost there, about halfway. You might be feeling like you're getting out of breath. You're getting some cardio here. As long as you're not out of breath, keep going. If you're out of breath, stop, pause, take a breath, and then come back. Almost there. And release. Woo! We're gonna do some windshield wipers. This is time when you turn to the left. You're facing the left with your body. Without force, see how far you can stretch that back leg. Lift your heart. And go to the other side. Again, don't never force it. Just go where you can. Back into the center. All right, we're gonna do one more pose. We're gonna come to the edge of our chair. We're gonna bring our hands to our thighs. We're gonna sit up tall. I want you to squeeze both butt cheeks in so you slightly lift. Take a breath. And release. Do it again. And release. We're gonna do that again, and we're also gonna pull in our belly button and take a breath. And release. Shaking is a good sign, means brain and muscle connecting, neuromuscular connection. This time we're just going to squeeze the left butt cheek and take a breath. Feels a little strange. Feels shaky. Release it. Now let's do the right butt cheek. These are your glutes, by the way. And release. And then one more. We're going to squeeze both. Take a big breath. And release. We do have one more pose, guys. I lied. Actually, I forgot. We're going to do pigeon pose. We're going to take your left foot, put it on your knee, and then you're going to take your left hand, maybe both hands, you're going to build a wall, and then take your knee and push it against your hand. If you are unable to do this, you're going to take your hand to the inside of your knee and then push your knee against that, bringing your feet together. So my left foot comes to my right foot so that my left knee falls out. I build a wall with my hand and then I push it into the wall. Or you're in regular pigeon pose. Keep the foot relaxed and release. Let's do it again. Again, I'm not pushing with my hand. I'm building a wall and I'm pushing with my leg and knee. Take a breath and release. And again, this is really good for sciatica, really all back issues without overstretching the hips. Let's do it again. When you overstretch, you actually destabilize. We want to create stabilization, because guess what destabilization leads to? Release. It leads to tight muscles. So the more you stretch, the tighter you get, really. and the more unstable you get. And again, big slow breath. And release. And again, I'm just building a wall. If you're doing it this way, this is fine. And push against the hand with your knee. And release. Let's go to the other side. Again, you can do full pigeon, looks like a figure 4, or you can bring hand to your thigh. Build that wall and push against it. My foot's relaxed. I want all the work to happen in the hips. Release it. I'll show you what it looks like here. The knees falling out, feet are together. Build the wall and resist. If you have short arms and you can't reach, you can use something there to push against. Release it. Let's do it again. Release it. Do it again. Relax. Last one. And release. All right. Just do a few little windshield wipers. Take a big cleansing breath in the nose. Let it out of the mouth with some noise. Ha! And we're done. You can go ahead and just sit back in your chair, close your eyes, and take 3 breaths. Or you can simply end it here. I will take those 3 breaths. I'm sitting back, I'm relaxing, my eyes are closed. I'm gonna breathe in the nose and let it all out of the mouth. Ah. And again. One more. Stay here as long as you want, or you can end your practice. Thank you so much for joining me in chair yoga. Namaste. Have a wonderful and blessed day.